hold on. Is Future still pressed about Lori Harvey up and dropping him like a bad habit? He even dissed her father, Steve Harvey, and her ex, Michael B. Jordan, while he and Lori were still dating. And after all this time, he still can't keep that girl's name out his mouth.
Future's still cussing her out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what makes me say, yeah. Cause like every random tell Steve Harvey I don't wanna. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Nah, sound like you want that still.
Yeah, he sound like you still want that still.
Future my guy, but that's the one. I think that's the one that almost cracked the egg, man. Yo, Future went to Jamaica and dropped $500,000. He rapped about it. He said drop half a ticket on that vacation. Yeah,
what with her?
Yeah,
and her friends.
He never act like that. Yo, he treat all these scallywags. You ever see like how Future get down?
Yeah.
Tell these to get their own ticket, fly themselves out.
Yeah,
like he treat them bad. You get what I mean? Now he do got a few. He said that's his real chicks. He get him the AP and everything.
Yeah.
But he did more than the AP for her. Like he had her.
True.
He was spending wild amount of money.
Damn.
I could tell he really liked her. I don't know if it's he went bad on her or she went bad, but he hurt still. I get it.
This is really a story about getting played by another player. Lori really gave Future a taste of his own medicine, and he is still stressed and pressed about it. It's been over 4 years since the two dated and moved on to other people, but Future is not the type of guy that likes women being smart enough to dump him before he has a chance to play in their face. He is still very bitter about how his relationship with Lori Harvey ended, and he is out here shading Lori every chance he gets and exposing her for being the biggest player in the game, manipulating everyone that attempts to court her. As always, Lori isn't going to say a thing because she's very mindful and very demure. But all we know ever since she popped on the scene is Lori has been collecting men like infinity stones, and honestly, she is more known for her relationship track record and being the daughter of Steve Harvey than anything else. She started some skincare business or something, can't even remember what it's called, but child, as crazy as it sounds, considering the men she's dating, it's a very impressive list. She's dated the Dutch football player Memphis Depay, almost got married to him, but she decided to call off their engagement. Next on her list was singer Trey Songz, who she was linked to in 2018, then quickly moved on from him to F1 champion Lewis Hamilton. That didn't keep her down for too long because shortly after that, she was booed up with Diddy's son, Justin Combs. And Justin got trolled when Lori packed up and started messing around with Diddy, despite their 27-year age gap. Then she dated none other than Future, a talented rapper who excels at making women baby mamas. The streets were all up in Lori's business when she stepped out with Future. Because why, out of all of the men she could have chosen, did she decide to be with him? Future is notorious for cheating on his women, having babies with them and then on them, and being an all-around messy dude in his relationship. And he likes his women to remain obsessed with him and keep up with his foolishness until he's done with them and moves on to the next. But a smart woman will leave Future in the past, and that's exactly what Lori Harvey did. And when an ex he really has feelings for gets tired of his nonsense and moves on for good, he gets mad and all up in his feelings. He did the same thing when Ciara refused to be held down by him after he had a baby with her. Sis left and leveled up to NFL star Russell Wilson. Future is still salty about Ciara leaving him to this day, as well as the relationship that Russell has with Future and Ciara's son, Little Future. And trust, he wastes no time dragging Ciara or her husband. Just messy. Anyway, when he lost control of the situation again, this time with Lori Harvey, she moved on to one of the most desirable men in Hollywood. Oof. Michael B. Jordan, and he nearly lost his ever-loving mind when that happened. As the toxic petty king that he is, he couldn't stop himself from taking a dig at Lori in his hit song with 42 Duggs called Maybach, where he calls out Steve Harvey to tell him that he never wanted his daughter. But then later, it turns out that Future was more pressed than that. When the song was reigning on the charts, 42 Duggs released the original verse that Future had, and this is what the rapper actually said. Quote, "Tell Steve Harvey I don't want her. Must have forgotten to tell her daddy she begged me not to leave. Put baguettes on your ankles, nearly up to your knees. She didn't have a choice but to go F another lame after me," which was a dig at her relationship with Michael B. Jordan. Then he also said, "Realist ninja hit that twat. She near OD'd." But I'ma say this. I don't think Lori was ever with Future because she loved him and was dying to be his girlfriend or join his baby mama club. That girl is smart. For Lori, it's about leveling up her profile, and when she saw Future's rep wasn't gonna do that for her, she said, peace. Someone said, quote, "Lori got out of that relationship with Future without a child. I'm afraid her power is beyond anything we've ever seen," end quote. Even if Lori is for the streets, she is for the gold-plated streets, honey. She is beautiful, a socialite with a lot of clout and attention around her name, and her father is Steve Harvey. Lori will always have her pick of men, and that's just how it's gonna be. And let's not forget that her mother is the Margie Harvey, and Lori's definitely been listening to her mother's lesson about how to finesse these men and get the most out of her relationships. Lori was with Future for the pretty bags and clothes he could buy her. He has a lot of money to spend, and she was more than willing to help him spend it. That's all there was to it, and that's how Lori rolls. Lori doesn't bother to stay in relationships that no longer serve her. She keeps it very cute and demure and very mindful when she moves on to the next man. When she spoke on Future's diss, all Lori had to say was, quote, "I think they get from me that I try to just not let any type of negativity or rumors or anything like that make me stoop down to that level and go back and forth with it or whatever," end quote. She continued, quote, "I try to stay up here and take the high road in every situation. So I think that would probably be what they get from me because I'm private, so I like to just give enough," end quote. Lori played a Future on Future, and people are saying that the reason he is still bitter to this day is the fact that he couldn't put a baby in Lori and keep her forever tied to his name the way he does the other women in his life. But what do you guys think? Is Future just bitter that Lori moved on to better men, or is Lori really that player? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.